Welcome to Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks. I'm Michelle Fitzgerald, aka Fitzy, and I'm an independent advisor with Creative Memory Scrapbooking, and I'm here to help you make your scrapbooks fabulous. Tonight, I want to talk about fast to fabulous paper packs. I know they're a little intimidating, but they're not meant to be. And I think that's the thing we all need to get past. They're supposed to make your life easier. So my theory is I look at it as if it's just another paper pack. So I'm going to show you two things that I've done with just one sheet. But there's so many other things you can do, and I'll be showing you some more in weeks to come as well. But let's get started with today. So I'm going to get us down to my workspace here, and we will begin. Okay. So here is a sheet of Fast to Fabulous paper from the Birthday Bonanza paper pack. It's super pretty paper. I just love the whole color concept here. They had a lot of fun creating this pack. So this is one side, and this is the other side, okay? And they're both really pretty, and you could just do so much with these. And what's cool, when you look at it, I mean, you could hold the paper like this. You could turn it and you get a whole different look. Turn it again and turn it yet again. So there's 4 different looks you can get just from using the paper as is. But what if we get a little bit creative and maybe make a border? This was a fun one to make. And it's actually pretty easy. It will take a little bit of time, but what I did is I used the new Love BMC for this name piece here, my decorative item. And when I was looking at that punch, I started thinking about, well, maybe I can use my circle punch with this. And if you see, I kind of cut the circles, so it makes me think of a shutter, like a camera shutter, right? So I thought that was kind of a fun look to have behind this little BMC cartridge. And the base of the border came from the Fast to Fabulous page I just showed you. So I'm going to show you what I did with that. And then what I did with my leftover piece, so the part that was left after I created the border, I turned into a page. How cute is that? And it's so easy. So let me show you what I did, and we'll take it from there. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is go get that pretty piece of paper that I worked with and my 12-inch trimmer. Now, what I did here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to extend my arm and have the bulk of the paper over here on the arm just to give it a little stability. Now, I cut this, if you can see, with a decorative blade. I used the decal blade. All right, can you see that nice little edge there? So what I'm going to do is maneuver this onto the cut line. So just the little tips of the white, well, actually, the little tips of the blue are off the cut line and to the left of the cut line. I don't want to leave any of that on, and I want to be really certain that I'm not cutting too far, but I want to make sure. What I don't want to see is any of the little white peaks showing up in the blue here. All right, let me just show that again. because I know it's a little tricky to see. But see how that's just blue from start to finish, right? And if we look at this piece of paper, originally when I looked at it, I said, how am I going to cut to get this little piece of blue that I really want to keep on the purple part of the border? So the answer is to just cut at the top of these little white peaks. All right. So we're going to do that by placing our paper so the bottom blue peaks are to the left on your trimmer. All right. So you've got your purple border to the right, and the little blue peaks are to the left of the cut line. All right. And just really take your time, because once you get this done, the rest of it's easy. It's a little time consuming, but it's easy stuff to do. All right. And so, oops, and I forgot to put my decorative blade in. So let me go do that. So I'm using my decal blade. And I'm going to just use my little guide here to just go down and make sure I'm getting all the little white peaks off, because I don't want any white. I'm going to come this way. I think I'm in good shape. It looks like everything's lining up. So now I'm going to just go ahead and give it a good cut. Ha! And I did it. So once you get this cut, this base piece is going to be just a little under 3 inches wide. So it's not too wide. It's not one of my smaller border widths, but it's not a super wide one either. And this is as wide as it's going to get. It's not going to get any wider. So, all right. So if we look here, this will look great going across a page, right? All right. So that's one thing we did. Now, the next thing, I'm going to turn this leftover piece over. So now the straight edge, actually, where do I want the straight edge? I want the straight edge on this side. Oops, and make sure you change your blade. That's that one thing you can always easily forget, right? So now I'm going to cut a 2.5 inch strip off of this piece. Now I'm leaving this little bit of blue on this side here. And honestly, I'm not gonna, it doesn't matter per se, except when I do my next page, I want to have that decorative edge that I already cut for the second page, which I'll show you in a sec. All right, so go ahead and put the straight edge of that leftover paper to the left of your cut line and line it up on the 2.5 inch mark and give it a good cut. All right, so here we go. So now that's going to go as our little border piece there. And now I have this piece left, and I'm just going to put this to the side for when I'm ready to create my companion page to this one. All right, so let me put that over there. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is just quickly punch out. Oops, let me get this out of the way. And I'm going to put this aside just so we don't get too confused, and keep this in your camera view. All right, so here's where we're at for now. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take my border maker system, and this is another piece from Birthday Bonanza. It has the confetti on the back. This is from the designer paper pack. It is not from, oops, sorry. It's not from the Fast to Fabulous paper pack. And again, I am using the Shutter Love BMC. It's a new one. I love the little hearts that come out of this. You'll see, I think you can see here, how I put them on my little shutters. I guess they're shutterflies. I don't know. We'll call them shutters, but camera shutters. So cute. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and punch out this quick and simple little border. All right. This piece can go to the side. And now, before I get rid of any scraps, I'm just going to pull out all my little hearts. There's a few of them. I think you get about 6 when you punch a full 12 by 12-inch strip. All right, so let's get this. These little hearts are so cute. I love them. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm taking my 3 pieces of cardstock and my circle punch. And I am going to punch 2 of each color. So just go ahead, and this part's not hard. Oops. So obviously, for this, you can use scraps. I'm using the pastel-y cardstocks. So I've got the baby blue. This is purple ice. I'm just going to get 2 from here. And then canary. I love these cardstock colors. They're so pretty. And they coordinate really well with the Birthday Bonanza collection. All right, so now I have my 6 circles. All right, 2 of each color. I'm going to come over here to my scissors. So now I'm going to take these 6 circles and I'm going to stack them. Now, you may have seen this technique before. It's been around for quite a while. I don't even know where it originated from, to be truthful, but I've done it several times. I've seen other people do it. So this part isn't my original idea, but it just gives it a really nice look. And I don't know, I was trying to figure out a cool little something that would work well with the cameras, and all of a sudden it came to me, the circle punch, and I can make it be a little shutter. So I'm going to make sure that I have all of my circles stacked, and I want to keep them all together. I'm going to make a couple of cuts here. You can cut however you want, just random cuts. All right. So I'm just going to do 1. Oops. That's the only bummer, is when they fall apart, but it's not a big deal. But I'm just going to stack them back together because I like it all together. Give me 1 sec. All right, so we're going to keep, whoops. Ay. Okay, so here's one little grouping that we'll keep together. And now I have to make 1 more cut. And I like to make sure that they're different sizes. All right. So here's my small, my medium, and my large pieces. Okay. So I can keep them. I want to be able to see all the colors. Kind of spread them out, but keep them with the shapes. So keep them with like shapes. And they can look like anything. They don't have to look exactly like what I cut. I just did random cuts, and they're different from the ones I did for my first border, and that's okay. It's still going to look fine. All right. So I have, if you look closely, I have 5 shutters. So I'm going to start by putting my base here down. So let's get the tape runner. Now, if you notice what I did, there is some pink on this border, but I decided to cover it up. So I very carefully, and it took a few minutes to get it just right, but I just kind of put it down so you couldn't see any of the pink that's on the purple. See how you don't see any of the pink? So I'm going to do that same thing with this, just to keep everything consistent. And I have to be honest, I don't know why I did that. It was just where the creative juices went when I made this the other day. So, and it's all good. And if you decide you want to let some of the pink show through, well, it's your border. You can do that. Now, what's cool about using the Fast to Fabulous paper is you get a real layered effect here, but you're not using that much paper. So it's not putting as much bulk and as much weight into your album, right? But yet, when you look at this, it looks like there's a piece of baby blue cardstock underneath the purple plaid, right? And then we have this piece here, which is our, kind of like our top piece. And that's still paper from this one sheet. So it's kind of cool. All right. So here we have our base. So now I'm just going to pull this over in front of me. And I'm going to start with my middle shutter. And right around the 6-inch mark on my mat is where I'm going to begin. So I think what I'll do, and I'm not going to tack anything down until I've got it all figured out. All right. So, and you do have to kind of play around with it a bit to remember how you cut everything, because it does get a little tricky. So I'm just playing around with it here, and I think that this goes here. And this doesn't have to be exactly at the 6-inch mark. It's just to kind of give you an idea of where to put everything. Oh my goodness, I keep messing it up. Okay, so here's my first one. Excuse me, I've got a little scratchy throat today. All right. So here's one. And if you look here, I kind of randomized the heights too, so they're not all going at the same height. And I like that. So I think I'm going to take this, and let's see, a blue, and then I'll need a big yellow. So let's see. Aha, that went together nicely. And I think I'll pull that down a little bit. I might pull this one up a little, just to give it a little more interest. All right. And then let's see, I think I'll do blue. And purple. And yellow. So this is what I mean when I say it's time consuming. It's nothing hard, but you just have to kind of take your time so you get things the way you want it. So I'm going to do some blue, some yellow, purple. Mm. And I'm just trying to keep things balanced as best I can. And my last little grouping here. And let's see, let's do, this one's going to be high, I think, right? Yeah. Oops, let me fix that. Bumped it. Okay. Bigger one there. All right. So here are my little shutter bugs here, or shutterflies, whatever you want to call them. And now I'm just going to take my tape runner and start tacking things down. And you do need, I know I always make a joke out of how I turn my cardstock over to put tape runner, but I really don't need to. But in this case, because of how these are cut, you will need to turn them over to put your tape runner on. So that way they will make a nice perfect circle. And as you can see, I'm not putting them butt up next to each other. I'm leaving a little space between each piece. All right. And that again gives it a little more interest. I hope everybody had a great weekend this weekend. I wonder how everybody's doing with their holiday shopping. Is anybody shopping for Christmas or another holiday? I know I'm shopping for Christmas gifts, and I feel like I haven't gotten a whole lot accomplished. So I really have to get on the ball with that. I am trying. All right. So it's coming along. And like I said, it's a little time consuming. It's not terrible. Like it's not going to take you hours on end to get this done. And I think when you're finished, you will really like it. And I love the fact that it gives you an idea of a way, a different way to use Fast to Fabulous paper. Excuse me again. There. All right. All right, we got one left. With all the extra. Isn't this fun? I had a lot of fun creating this one, I have to say. All right, we've got one piece left. Now, as you notice, you are going to have 3 little pieces left, one from each circle, and that's okay. You need that extra circle so you can get all 5 circles on here. I'm just trying to fix this just a little bit because I want a little bit more white showing. There we go. Ah. All right. So here's what it looks like before we do anything else to it. Isn't that cool? So fun. Super easy. So now I'm going to come down and get my little border going here. I am going to put foam squares to pop this up. So let me turn it over. And what I noticed works really well, when you use these little mini foam squares, they fit the little centerpiece of the camera perfectly. So you can just go ahead and pop the little foam squares onto the little centers of the cameras. And then what I did is, second, I did cut a couple in half. And just we're in what I consider to be strategic areas, like the end piece here, just so it's tied down pretty nicely. And then let's see, maybe in the middle. And I'm just kind of putting it on the top of the heart where there seems to be a good amount of space. And another one on the end here. And I think I'll put another one there too. It's important to kind of get the ends because you want them to be secure so they're not falling off. All right. So now this is going to go like that. So let me just take the backings off and put that down. I think I'm going to go and have a nice hot cup of tea when I'm done. All right. While I'm doing this, if you have any questions or concerns, suggestions, please feel free to reach out to me at Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks at gmail.com. It's my email right there. And if you like what I am showing you, if you like my videos, please hit the like button. And also, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you subscribe, then you get to see when I put, you get a little notification when my videos come up. And I just got, I think, but I got another one here. Oh, no, that wasn't my tape runner. That was my mouse. All right, so I'm just going to put this kind of going down the middle of the border. So I think what I did is put this here. And then I think I just kind of lined up when I had it probably like around the 1.5 inch mark. And then it ends up on the other end at the 11.5 inch mark. All right. I just want to adjust this a little bit, just this little piece here. There. All right. So then what I did is I put a little heart, right? So to make the hearts go on easier, I just put a little bit of repositionable tape runner anywhere I thought I wanted a heart. All right. And then I don't know if you have a lifter stick, this thing is great. And I just went over and plopped it on with my little lifter stick. And I just used my little thumbnail to hold it down when I lift the stick off once I adhered it. And then I just rub off any extra tape runner that was there. And I think I did right here. So fun. And let's see, I think I did here. For me, for some reason, these little hearts really make it. They just look so cute. All right, and then right here. And just rub off that extra repositionable tape runner. I love repo. So you want to do one more. Yellow there. All right. So then the only other thing you'll want to do is whatever sentiment you want to put on your border, just go ahead. I didn't do any other real decoration because this is pretty well decorated anyway. So you don't want to go, too crazy, right? But I just think this is so pretty. And again, I think going across the top or even the bottom of a page will look stunning, right? Look at how cute this is going to be. Isn't that pretty? I hope you guys like it. All right, so let me just show you quickly what I did for the rest of the paper. So after I created this border, I had this piece of paper left. So this is the side. Here's where we cut at the blue, right? And it still has the decorative edge from the decal blade. So I wanted to make sure I used that for something because it's pretty, right? So then I was looking at this side and I thought, well, this is a really pretty little top piece, like a border. So I took, and I don't have any more of that same color. I'm waiting for another shipment to come in. So let's just see. Do I have another piece? I could make this work, I think. So here is, let's grab this. Put this back here so you can see it. So here's my 12 by 12 piece of paper here. And then I've got this sheet here. So now what I could do, if I want to mix it up a bit, I could just put this going across the top. Let me take these away. And make that kind of a cool little layout, right? You're still getting, or maybe I would put it like this. So we've got one up top and one on the bottom, which I actually like the look of that. I think that would make it really fun. And then, hold on a second. But I mean, you can work with it and play with it and do whatever you want, however it works. This particular page, I had used some of the green. So as you can see, it's not a full sheet back here. This I haven't used the sheet yet, so this is a full sheet. But if you wanted to, if you thought you were going to use it for something else, you could just cut some of it off and just leave a little bit that you could connect to and still make a 12 by 12 inch sheet from it, which is what I did here. And basically all I did to make that is I just took another 12 by 12 inch sheet. This one's from the birthday pack as well. And I held it underneath, right? Just so I could see where this would end. And I had put, oh, my regular tape runner. Where did that go? Oh, right here. I used the regular adhesive instead of the repo because it's just a little bit stronger to keep a page together like that. So what I did is I put the repo on the back where the oh my goodness, I can't even speak, where the decorative blade, where that cut was. And then I put some on the edge here as well. However, I think I could either put it on the edge of the sheet I'm adhering to or on the back edge of this sheet. This one, I didn't have that option. Oops. Because like I said, I was missing a little, maybe 1 inch strip or whatnot. Okay. So anyway, but you can play around with it. But the idea is just to show you, you have different ways to use this. And look, this makes a really cute layout. Let me just get this right there so you're not distracted. What a cute little layout this is. And you can totally have fun with that. Or like I said, you could go up here and you could do this as well, right? And actually, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing because I really like the look of that. However, if I wanted to do mirror image, what I would have to do is put this back in and trim here and maybe trim that to make it straight. Let's try it. So it won't be exactly the same size, but I think that's the way I'm going to go with this. So let me just quickly, yeah, let me do it this way. And if I just line up just a little beyond the cut line to the right, not even fully to the edge of the mat, just to get that little edge off without taking away too much paper. All right. And then I'm going to turn this way. And let's put the deco blade back in. And I'm just going to line up to the second cut line because all I want to do is get a decorative edge. I'm not looking to take too much off. All right. And now we'll get, I'm just taking my decorative blade out because I know I'll forget. And now I can get a mirror image page like so. So then what I will do, because this is a full sheet of 12 by 12 paper, I can put all my adhesive on this sheet. And I'm putting a little more than I would normally put on because, again, I want to make sure that this stays pretty firm. And then I'm just going to go over. But like I said, you could cut some of the back of this paper off so you don't waste it. You could also do some welding too. And I can show that in another video. I just don't want this video to go too much longer. But welding is always a great option and it saves paper. So now you have a nice little, like I said, I didn't have any more green paper, so I had to go with blue, but I think it actually still works and looks really cool together. And then let's just see. I think I'll do yellow. And the other nice part of this is you can put full 4x6 photos on here, because look at all the room you have to put photos on. So I'm going to get 6 photos on here. And then if I want, I can either put a journaling box. I could cut down a variety mat. I could put a 4x4 photo here. I could make this an embellishment cluster. So there's a lot of options with this, but it's a great use of Fast to Fabulous paper. And I guess what I'm trying to do right now is just inspire you. If you haven't tried it and you're one of those people who's been sitting on the fence and thinking, I don't know if I can work with this, give it a try. Once you try it, I think you're really going to enjoy working with it. I was a little not into it in the beginning, I'm going to be honest, but I've done a few things with it, and I really do like using the Fast to Fabulous papers. And what I like too is it doesn't cut down on my creativity. Yet, if I don't have time to be creative, I could literally use it the way it comes in the pack and it would look great. All right, so here we go. So I got, these are 4x6 photos. And now I'm going to put them here. And then I can use little hearts that came out of the Shutter Love Punch as little decorative elements on this page as well. All right. So anyway, that is how I created a border and a 12x12 page using 1 sheet of Fast to Fabulous paper plus a little cardstock and a BMC and I mean, you can use any paper you want. But I love this Fast to Fabulous paper. So let me bring it back up to me. Oops, but I gotta find my mouse. Hold on. It's right by my foot. I must have knocked it off my desk. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's try that again. Can you tell I've had a long weekend? I hope you are putting comments in the comments. I would love to see your thoughts. Let me know, have you used Fast to Fabulous papers before? Now, I'm not talking about the album pages. I'm talking about the Fast to Fabulous paper packs. So let me know if you've used them. Did you like them? Did you not like them? Were you not sure what to do with them? And is this video helpful? That's, I guess, what I really want to know. But I would love to hear your thoughts on this, and I hope you enjoyed what I created today. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful week. If you're looking for an advisor, I would love to be yours. If you already have a fabulous advisor, stick with her. She's working hard for you. So, but if you don't have somebody and you're looking for someone, I would love to help you out. So feel free to contact me. You can go to my website, www.creativememories.com/user/Michelle Fitz. And for anybody who hasn't done so and would like to, you can still send me your wish list and let me know who to contact. I've gotten many wish lists in, and there's still a little bit of time left, so get them in quickly. All right. So thank you all once again. Have a wonderful rest of the Sunday evening. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.